Okay, trying this again. I have not been on YouTube Live in a really long time, and I just tried and I accidentally clicked out. Um, but this is actually awesome. I haven't been on YouTube Live in a really long time, and they have made a lot of changes that are good ones to the space. And honestly, I would have been going live this whole time had I known. Anyways, we have screen share option now. That is so phenomenal. Love that. Okay. Anyways, hi guys. This is a totally impromptu live. Weird that I decided to do it on Thanksgiving, but I'm not like a huge holiday person. So I got home and I was like, I think I think now's the time to hop on and talk to you guys about some changes that that I've been going through and that my career is going through and how that's going to affect this space. Um, pretty soon here. So, yeah. And oh, there's the chat. Okay. Sorry. Give me a second to get oriented here. They don't let you do this before you go in. So you just kind of got to dive in and all right. There's the chat. Got it. Screen share is there. Okay, cool. Anyways, and I will probably, if I have time, talk a little bit about the current astrology. We've got an upcoming new moon in Sagittarius on Saturday. But I'm just going to dive right into what I really want to get across to everyone here. Um, and that is that I'm going to be delegating a bit more of my time, or excuse me, a bit less of my time to YouTube. Um, and the reasons why. And it's not that I'm going to be doing less astrology. I'm actually in some ways doing more, um, just not here. And the primary reason for that has to do with this platform itself. Um, and that is that it's not the same platform that it was when I started YouTube. Um, it's very hard to get visibility on videos. And you know, that would be fine if it weren't for the fact that these videos take a lot of time. I'm spending the whole week before filming, coming up with the content, studying the aspects, and then filming, which depending on the day, sometimes filming is one take, sometimes it's 20, it just depends. Um, and then editing and then making the graphic and all of that, and it's a labor of love. And I've been doing it for like, I don't even know, 8 years now consistently. But I'm just getting so many comments from you guys that you follow me, but you don't get alerted when my videos come up. And um, it's just a lot of time to put into a platform that seems to be not what it used to be. And I know that I'm not the only person that is experiencing this. I've heard a few astrologers speak to it, and it's really too bad because, I love YouTube. I love um it's really sort of where my career started in a lot of ways. Um Hi there. And I'm not shutting it down. I'll always have it. In fact, I mean, again, I didn't know you could do screen share here. That's pretty cool. Um, maybe I'll do more stuff like this or more like podcasty type stuff with people. But um, unfortunately, as far as my forecasts go, I'm not going to be doing them here. I'm experimenting with a length of time where I delegate more of my energy towards my monthly membership. So, not to fear. If you have enjoyed my forecasts and you really want to keep seeing them, it's not that I'm stopping them, it's that I'm putting more time into them actually, but I'm putting them on the membership platform, which I started in March. So, for those of you that don't know, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the membership, what comes with the monthly membership, and my plans for that space. Some of you might want to come along and some of you won't. And that's just going to be the way that it is for now. Um, because I think, like so many people, that are trying to run a business, it's very easy. It's a slippery slope where suddenly you find yourself sort of becoming this content machine, and you're running multiple social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's just too much, it's not how I want to spend my life. I want to spend more time in nature and less time on screens. And YouTube, if you would give my videos visibility, I would be happy to keep doing it, but it's just like not worth my mental health to do it for barely getting my videos seen. I've never monetized this account because I just hate ads, and I just didn't want to do that. Um so the alternative has been the monthly membership. So monthly membership, what is it and what's going on over there? So the monthly membership, the vision for it is really very much community based. I'm a very community based person. My Mars is in the 11th house. I want things to be fun. I want things to be connected. And astrology is about learning, really. Even if you are a astrologer, you are always learning. There's no end to it. And I wanted to create a school, really. And one day, hopefully, I'll have an in person school. That would be absolutely wonderful. But for now, I have online resources at my disposal, so I'm doing it online. So the first thing that I wanted to create when I started this vision was, I was like, okay, I want a message board. I want a place where people can talk to each other, and ask me questions and ask each other questions. I am not the only astrologer on the monthly membership. There are actually several and more every day brilliant astrologers, and this gives us a opportunity to have almost like our own social media app in a way, but like just a hub to come together, right? um and I put weekly forecasts up there that are very similar to what you have seen here on YouTube for the last 7 or 8 years. But instead of just twice a month and focused around the new and full moons, I'm doing them every week. So you get it, you get an email alert if you want it, where I release the video on Sunday evenings typically. And so then you have it right away for your week. And I tell you what's going on, basically, right? I tell you what's going on, what I would want to know. That's literally how I write them. I'm like, okay, what do I want to know about the astrology right now? And then I put it together cohesively. So you have a forecast. And then this is new, and this is like what I'm really excited about. We do new and full moon membership lives that look a lot like what I'm doing right now, but they're focused around the new and full moons. But this is another community aspect. We have my friend Nick Xavier. He does tarot on the platform, which I'll talk about in a second. He comes on with me. We have a great rapport where we kind of riff astrology and tarot. We invite you guys to come in with your questions. So this membership also gives you access to me to some degree to ask your questions, if not only in the forum, but also if there's a live and your question gets picked, then there's that as well. There's the chat running in the lives where you can meet others. We had some people come last week, and we actually brought their charts up on the screen, and I kind of gave like little mini readings. Oh, thanks, Nancy. So there's somebody in the chat that is part of the membership, and they're saying it's hella worth it. Thank you. I'm so glad. So Hannah's asking, will you still be doing the new moon and full moon updates? Here on YouTube, I'm phasing out of them. I know, it's tragic. Here's the deal. If you want free content from me, there's a ton of it over on Instagram. Where else? I guess it's mostly on the membership now. Yeah, it's tough, you guys. Like I was saying before, it's mostly that YouTube, it's the editing and all of that. I'm not leaving YouTube. I will still be here. In fact, I see myself maybe doing more like interview stuff on here, podcasts with other astrologers, like just discussing. I'm trying to do less editing, if that makes sense. And maybe I need an editor, but I'm just not quite there yet in my career, and I just am on screens all day long. I don't think people realize how much work goes into content creation. And I only say that because sometimes I get comments where it seems like people think it's really simple and really easy and just like, you know, it's not. It's a lot of work, and I'm happy to do it, but it is a lot of work. And I think this is such a touchy topic, and I'm guilty of it too, but I think we forget that people are trying to make a living doing what they do. And astrologers can't maintain their sanity and do back-to-back readings all day. I mean, that's just not you're not I will speak for myself. I don't give a good quality reading if I'm doing too many of them, right? So I keep my readings to the point where I feel like when I sit down with every person, they're getting the full expression of what I can do and my full presence. And I don't want to get burnt out. I don't want to do it until I dislike what I do, right? That's not going to benefit anybody. So yeah, what else in the monthly membership? You get free access to all of my courses, every single one of them. And I have a new one coming end of December, early January, which is going to be my 6-month January through June, July 2025 webinar. I love doing these. They are extremely extensive. They take me a couple months to put together, but they are honestly, in fact, I have it right here. That's perfect. I didn't even mean to have this right here. So this comes with it. This is last year's. So this is the printout that came with last year's. I don't even know how many pages this is. 1, 2, and it's back to back. 2, 3, 4 pages of every month's new and full moon, what that new and full moon is about. Anything you need to know astrologically about the month is in here. It's a PDF that you can print out and put on your fridge or whatever. I literally print it out because I make it and then I kind of forget, and then I can actually follow along with it, which is helpful for me even. Every Mercury retrograde, every Mars retrograde, every major planet changing signs, it's in the webinar. And then you can, if you want, you could transfer it into your calendar so you can kind of be in the know when something important astrologically is happening. So I'm doing that again. I'm preparing that again for the first 6 months of next year. That will be free along with every other course that I have ever created and ever will. That's what members have access to. If you want to just purchase the courses normally and not become a member, that's still an option, but it's a pretty high value for the monthly membership fee. Nick does tarot for every new and full moon on the membership. He writes a blog post. So this goes into the mystery school aspect of it is not everybody knows this, but the tarot deck overlays onto the zodiac. So each little decan connects with a tarot card. And it can be a little bit overwhelming when you're first learning tarot to be trying to memorize like all of these cards and where they go in the zodiac wheel. This is a really fun and I think easier way to learn it in these little bite-sized pieces is that Nick posts the cards that go with each new and full moon. So I'm providing you with the astrology for the new and full moon, and then you have that extra layer of depth to understand the cards that are going with each one. And I learn better that way, to have like a real life energetic example within the new and full moons to relate to the cards. I tend to not forget them that way. So that's been really fun. What else? What else we got going on over there? Oh, did I already say this? Did I talk about the forum already? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Um, yeah. So I know that some people are going to have some things to say. Actually, maybe not, because not that many people see these videos anymore. So these days, maybe not. But um, I know in the past, there have been, the distant past, there have been people that have had opinions about monetization and stuff. And to that, I understand when we're used to getting everything online for free, that it can seem like a money grab when someone's asking for a slight monthly charge for what they do. But, you know, if that's the case, that's okay. Then people don't need to do it. But I think that I think that it should be normalized. I do. I think it should be normalized that we invest in somebody's work that we appreciate, and keep that flow going, so that people feel inspired to do what they do, and not overworked or exhausted or like they're trying to survive. Um, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. Such a weird time to do this. I don't know. Um, but hey, there are some people online. What else? Oh yeah. I mean, and I'm totally doing this during a Mercury retrograde, so maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know. Oh, well, I'll tell you what prompted this decision aside from the what I've shared so far. I have been going through um some health issues. Everything in my life emotionally is fine. Um, and I'm so grateful because that wasn't the case for a while. Um, but health-wise, things have not been so fine. Um, and I think sometimes I get fearful to share that because I just feel like, Jesus, I feel like I'm always talking about my health. But um, really, it's the same cascade of issues that has not been properly dealt with the entire time. That's really what it is. So it's not that there's like new stuff necessarily, it's that there's old stuff that is finally being properly addressed. Um kind of like fallout from the surgery and all the loss that I experienced, which I think I know I had kind of some PTSD around, which really started to affect my health in ways that I didn't even really realize until my body forced me to look at it. I was up in Seattle a couple months ago, having the time of my life, loved it, and just hit a wall. Um, and developed something called mast cell activation syndrome, which I think is becoming more and more well known. And I'm sharing the diagnosis because also I want people to know that are struggling with this because it is a debilitating illness when it gets full blown. Whoa, like really, really gnarly. So mast cell activation syndrome, and please don't quote me on any of this. This is not my forte, but from what I'm learning, mast cell activation is basically where your body is it's very connected to the nervous system. It's where your body is perceiving external threats where they don't actually exist anymore. And it starts having like immune responses and allergy responses to basically everything. So I was in Seattle. I was getting hives literally, you guys, every day. I got excruciating joint pain that went with it, night sweats, rashes, fevers, chronic fatigue. Like I thought I was seriously like, I'm not going to put it out there. I thought something really bad was going on. And I mean, in essence, it is, and it was like life halted me. And I got a bunch of blood work run up because, again, I thought it might be something really bad. I scrambled back to California where I have health insurance and basically experienced adrenal collapse, like that I'm still sort of dealing with. Um, and here I want to plug an amazing person, uh, Jen. Shit, I think it's Jen Donovan. Don't quote me on that either. But anyway, she goes by Whole Body Healing with Jen on Instagram. Uh, wow. If you are struggling with any kind of like POTS or dysautonomia or um, mast cell activation syndrome or gut issues, candida, SIBO, IBS, whatever, immune, rheumatoid arthritis, like all of these immune system, um, what are they called? Oh my God. See, I have such bad brain fog. That's part of it. A word will just like, where the fuck did it go? What is it called, you guys? Immune, you know what I'm talking about. Autoimmune. Thank you. Autoimmune disease. Uh, she's your girl. I've been struggling with health stuff for a fucking long time. Thank you, Jen. Autoimmune. She's got it. She's the best, dude. She has this book. It's like $40 on Amazon. It's called Rebuild Yourself. And as amazing as that book is, she also has a YouTube with some free content for you, Whole Body Healing with Jen. Anyhow, I'm now working one-on-one with her and her business, and I'm on a very intense gut rebuilding protocol, and it's getting better. It is getting better. It's amazing. Thank you. Maybe I'll do another video about that and we can go more into depth into that because I know that there's so many people that are struggling with stuff like this and it's important. But the point is that I've discovered through working with her and through going on this journey that so much of this has to do with stress and your nervous system. And mine was not so good. So I'm a perfectionist. I'm a workaholic, as I shared, and I I have a lot of fear about like stepping away from here. I do, and that's like why I need to do it. I think is I don't know if it's forever. I don't, it could be very short, but I need to experiment with working less and see if things improve. And if they don't, maybe I'll be like, fuck it. Well, then I'll just go back. You know what I mean? But I have to I have to try. Um, and again, like I said, it's not that I'm doing less astrology. It's just here on top of TikTok, on top of Instagram, on top of everything else is just a lot. Um, and that's just how it's going to be for a little while. That said, it's kind of par for the course with the times we're in. So, on that note, I think I'm going to briefly talk about the current astrology. And it's so funny because as I'm doing this, I'm realizing this live is so easy. Like, why have I not just been doing this? Like, just turn the fucking camera on, talk. So, you know what? We're figuring it out. We're on a journey, you guys. Maybe I'll just do this more. That's hilarious. Yeah. I don't know if you guys noticed, probably not, but my last video on here was like 9 minutes or something. I just haven't been able to do it the way that I normally can. I like barely had the fucking energy to do it. And I have to on the monthly membership and it's like, that's my priority and so I was just like I can't do this. I can't be showing up for this community of people and then the last thing is like, oh, I got to do that YouTube video. God damn it. And then I'm like doing it kind of half-ass and I'm just like this sucks. This isn't like anyways. Back to current astrology. Let's talk a little bit about that. Um, this totally makes sense for honestly the astrology that we're moving through right now, that we're going into right now, and maybe some of you can relate to this theme around needing to reconsider some things and slow down. If you are, it makes perfect sense because we have Mercury that is retrograde already, and we have Mars about to retrograde next week. End of what day is it? I think it's like December 6th. Don't quote me, but I think it's December 6th. Mars actually stations retrograde. Either way, Mars is barely moving right now. It's getting very, very slow. So we're in this weird, like, suspension moment of like, wait a second. The thing I thought I was going, Mars, right? It's direction, it's purpose, it's speed, um, it's action. All of a sudden, Mars is gonna go backwards. And Mars retrograde is about slowing down. It really sort of forces us to. And on one hand, it can feel like the wind being taken out of our sails, but if we can flow with that energy and use it as an opportunity to rest, it doesn't have to be that way. And when Mars goes direct again, end of February, that's when we can move forward with the normal speed that we like to have. And Mars is retrograding, of course, in a different area of everyone's chart. Mars is retrograding in my fifth house, which is ruled by Leo, which is about what? It's about my expression and being in the light. And, like I'm just all of a sudden I'm like, no, like I need to heal. I need to go deep and when I do a live, I want to be full of energy and do it, and but not be like breaking my back and my body over it, right? Um, so that's my Mars retrograde, obviously. Mars is also retrograding partially in my fourth house. This is a, a span through 17 Cancer to 6 Leo. So wherever that hits your chart, those are the areas by house and theme that you're gonna notice. For me, that's my fourth and my fifth. It's very likely two houses for you. You may want to check. Um, Fourth house is my living situation, right on schedule. I'm also spending the next couple months trying to figure out where I want to live. So it's a real time of revision, and we need to slow the pace a little bit to be able to do that. Mercury retrograde is shorter, smaller, doesn't, happens more often. But this Mercury retrograde is really difficult because it's squaring Saturn 3 times. So people are thinking about very serious things, very difficult things in some cases. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just a double retrograde time. Thank you. Someone's telling me maybe you should just come on and do a live when you're feeling like it. I can't remember if they're going to post this chat box, so maybe I don't need to narrate it, but um honestly, that's kind of like what I'm feeling in this moment. This was so impromptu, you guys. I got home from a walk. I was going to go across the street to go to a Thanksgiving gathering. I saw all the people. I didn't feel like I didn't feel like it. And I was like, I'm gonna honor that. I don't feel like it. I don't want to. This is what I'm trying to do. It's like stop pushing South Node Libra to make people happy because that's what my brain was saying. It's like, you said you were going to go. You should go. You should go say hi. You should blah, blah, blah. I don't want to go. So I left, came home where it's nice and quiet. Um, and then it was the weirdest thing. I sat in front of the computer and I just found myself turning the light on. I was like, I'm going to start talking about this because I'm tired of thinking about it. So maybe, yeah, maybe I should just do it more like this. And that would be so much easier than filming and then editing and then making the little cute graphic, which I also love, but it's just, like it fucking that sometimes the graphics, I'm not joking. They can take hours when you're a perfectionist. Um yeah, okay, cool. This is great. We're figuring this out. Yeah. What else? The brain fog is so real. I'm doing the detox part of this diet right now as well. Um, and I just yeah, I've been very low energy and my brain is just like, what the hell is going on? I was talking about something. What was it? Mercury square Saturn. Yeah. So we also have the Kazimi coming up next week. Yay. Let's talk about the new moon in Sagittarius. And then I got to go because I have a client at 4. Um, okay. New moon in Sag. This is an important new moon. It's happening this Saturday, the 30th at I believe around 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is at 9 degrees and it is taking its place in a fire trine that we have happening in the sky, which is super, super special. So, a fire trine is when we have 3 signs in fire that are forming that big, beautiful triangle that are all working in harmony with one another to push their energy in a certain direction. And the direction that basically it all favors is the north node because the north node is arguably the most powerful point in the chart because it's like drawing energy towards the future magnetically, right? So we have Mars on one side, then we have the north node, and then we have the new moon in Sagittarius at the other end. So think about that. That's really, really special. It means that there is a new start, a new beginning this week, which is like probably a little bit of what I'm doing here. It's not just on Saturday, it's this whole week. We're feeling this whisper, this it's like a magnetic suggestion of a way to do things differently that is going to support the North Node Aries and wherever it's transiting your chart. So, North Node Aries, it's about delegating more energy towards yourself, towards strength, towards bravery, towards authenticity, the courage to be yourself, to speak as yourself. But it's from a new moon in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is all about wisdom and knowledge and getting that really more sort of spiritually mature bird's eye view of things. Excuse me. And then Mars is another part of the little triangle. And Mars is interestingly like in its retrograde situation, right? So this is setting up a powerful 6-month cycle where there's obviously things that are in the adjustment phase, but this week is a step in the right direction. I think the more we can allow our mind to expand into an area and do something differently in a way that we've never done it before, because we have to remember that that's the essence of the North Node. The North Node is about something we have never done before. So it is a little challenging. You know, you have to push yourself, you have to show up in a different way, you have to meet your edge. Um, and that can be scary. But North Node Aries is about saying, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. This is what feels right for me. I'm gonna do it. You know, just like I'm doing now. It's like I'm just doing this and this is my truth and this is what's in alignment for me in this moment. And if it pisses off some people, South Node Libra, well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you know, so we're all in our own way going through something along those lines where we need to choose ourselves in a new way that has this well, you know, they all are coming with their own magic. Sag is coming with the wisdom and the knowledge and the expansion and the adventure. Mars and Leo is coming with the love, the self love, and the confidence. And then Aries is coming with that bold, ram like bravery where we just crash the gates and we're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do this in a new way for myself. Right. So it's a really special time, actually. I know Saturn is still at a standstill, and he truly is. He's still at 12 degrees. Thank God he gets to 13. Um, shortly, but he's still at 12. So Saturn is just, he's just sitting in the sky. Like he's really not moving. And when that happens, it can be really a little bit more challenging, especially if you are being aspected by Saturn right now. If you're not, maybe you're not feeling it as much, but if you have anything around 12 degrees, give or take, Pisces, Sag, Gemini, Virgo, those planets are getting hit right now. And for that matter, even if he's trining, even if you have something around 12 Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Saturn trines are still Saturn aspects. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I read descriptions of aspects and it's like, ooh, a Saturn trine. And I'm like, bitch, it's still Saturn. It's still work. Like it's Saturn does not walk around handing out baskets of candy. He's definitely like pushing you no matter what, you know? Um, oh, Nicole, your moon in Pisces. I'm so sorry. That is freaking rough. So I'm gonna wrap it up there. Um, and see, I'm already noticing. I'm like, I said I would come back in here and do live, but here's the thing, is I already do that on Instagram. So it's like that's the problem is that Instagram, my posts actually get visibility. There's like more enthusiasm about like getting on there. But here, like, I mean, bless you guys. I'm so glad you're here. But it's like, it's just it's such a small this platform just they really they really tanked. I gotta be honest with you. Sorry, YouTube, I'm just being honest. Like, and it sucks because it's a great platform, but they did something where they made it incredibly hard for you to get your stuff seen. That's why every person on YouTube tells you to like and hit the notification bell. They're doing that because of this, right? Is like they're trying to boost that algorithm and get views because it's just not happening. I used to get average, you guys. I used to get average like 60 to 70,000. Now I'm lucky if I get 4,000. Um, and you know, it's just not not much for all of that. But this wasn't that hard. So I'm not going away. I'm just stepping back. Um, and I appreciate you guys for understanding. I hope some of you will check out the membership. I will put the description below. And I'll keep you guys updated on the process. And we'll just see how it flows. All right. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Bye bye.